We all have those friends who can say just a few words, and by so doing, put a whole bunch of things into really clear perspective. A friend of mine, Teal Swan, she's like that. I admire her ability to effortlessly uncomplicate complicated things. She once said that men need to learn how to contain women. That containment is not a limitation. Containment is the creation of a safe space in which something can exist or occur. And that a masculine container is a safe space in which femininity can occur. Isn't that brilliant? Isn't that just spot on? I mean, I think so. I think it's an uncomplicated prescription for a complex situation where masculinity and femininity don't know where and how to exist without disruptive levels of friction. I think today, generally in Western society, a complaint you hear, it can't be ignored, is that men don't know how to be men and women don't like being men. Right? So I agree with Teal that the role of masculinity is containment. And I'll go further. I'll go further and say that the driving impulse of masculinity is order, while the driving impulse of femininity is balance. The two go together. They go hand in hand. Order without balance becomes too rigid and it shatters. Balance without order becomes too soft and nothing can stand on it. And I believe that a lot of the headache and the heartache surrounding relationships today has to do with the fact that most people don't understand this business about containment, about order, and about balance. Or if they do, they're really struggling to apply it. Right? They're struggling to leverage it. So I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something. And hear me out now. Hear me out. I'm going to say that women, right? Women want to feel owned, but not controlled. And that men want to feel responsible, but not trapped. When I say that a woman wants to feel owned, it's not about slavery or servitude or something like that. It's the feeling of knowing that wherever he is, whatever he's doing, she's on his mind. Right? His attention is on her. His sense of priority and really purpose, in a way, is centered on her. And that he's willing to risk his life, his rim, and his fortune. And he's willing to be a fool for her, if that's what it takes. But don't try to control her because you lose her. She wants to feel owned. He wants to feel responsible. And what causes the disruptive friction is a lack of trust. She has to trust you to own her, right? He has to trust you enough to make you a meaningful responsibility in his world. And that means that it means simply that he's willing to, here's this, he's willing to, sounds terrible, but it means he's willing to suffer and to grow around the situation called you. And that's when you can start to see the value of what Teal said about containment, right? So now I admit there's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to unpack here. But for some of you, this may have been precisely what you needed to hear to rearrange your perspective. And I hope it helps. My name is Angelo, and I'm the motivator.